Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where history and hidden treasures meet. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the Liberty 1-cent coin, a piece that continues to captivate collectors around the world with its timeless design, incredible backstory, and surprisingly high market value in 1967. Before we talk about its current worth, let us travel back in time to understand why the Liberty 1-cent coin became such an iconic piece of United States currency. First minted in 1793, the Liberty cent represented the early ideals of a young nation seeking independence and freedom. The coin proudly displayed Lady Liberty, a symbol of hope and progress that resonated deeply with citizens of the new republic. Over the years, the design changed from the flowing hair to the draped bust and later the classic head, each version telling a different chapter of America's journey. By the mid-19th century, the Liberty 1 cent evolved into the famous large cent. These coins were bigger and heavier than today's pennies, and they were struck in pure copper. Collectors love the variations, including the chain cent, the wreath cent, and the Liberty head large cent, because each carries its own unique charm and scarcity. Some of the rarest early pieces are worth small fortunes today, depending on condition and mint mark. Fast forward to the 1960s, when coin collecting was experiencing a major boom. In 1967, the Liberty 1 cent was no longer in regular circulation, but collectors were scrambling to find older specimens in high grade. That demand has only grown with time. Today, a well-preserved Liberty 1 cent coin can be a true treasure for anyone lucky enough to own one. Now let's talk about the exciting part, the current market value. As of right now, a top-quality Liberty 1 cent coin from certain key dates can reach astonishing prices at auction. Some examples, graded in exceptional mint state condition, have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in rare cases even more. The figure often discussed for an extremely rare and pristine specimen is around $779,346. Yes, you heard that right, almost $800,000 for a single cent. That is a life-changing amount of money hiding in a tiny piece of copper. Why such high prices? The answer lies in rarity, historical significance, and the incredible condition that only a handful of coins have maintained after more than a century. Collectors and investors alike know that early American copper coins are a finite resource. There will never be more made, and with each passing year the number of surviving high-grade coins decreases. This drives the value upward, making the Liberty 1 cent an exciting opportunity for numismatists and anyone interested in alternative investments. If you are wondering how to tell whether the coin in your pocket or family collection might be valuable, here are a few tips. First, examine the date and mint mark carefully. The earliest years, especially 1793 to 1804, are among the most sought after. Next, check the coin's condition. Coins with sharp details and minimal wear fetch the highest prices. Finally, authenticity is key, so always have rare coins evaluated by a reputable grading service such as PCGS or NGC before buying or selling. Imagine discovering one of these rare Liberty 1 cent coins at a flea market, garage sale, or hidden in an old box of family heirlooms. It happens more often than you might think. Stories abound of lucky collectors stumbling across coins worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars simply because they took the time to look closely. The Liberty 1 cent coin is more than just a piece of money. It is a tangible link to the birth of the United States, a symbol of liberty, and a reminder that history often hides in plain sight. Whether you are a seasoned collector or someone just starting to explore the world of rare coins, this is a coin that deserves your attention and respect. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history and current market of the Liberty 1 cent coin. If you enjoyed learning about the incredible value and fascinating past of this American treasure, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Rare US Coins. Today we are diving deep into a single copper-plated zinc penny that continues to surprise collectors around the world, the 1983 D. Lincoln cent with the famous Liberty design. At first glance it might look like any other penny you've carried in your pocket, but this little coin carries a story of change, scarcity, and unexpected value that can turn a simple cent into hundreds of dollars, or even more, if you find the right variety. To understand why the 1983 D penny matters so much, we need to travel back to the early 1980s. Until 1982, the United States Mint struck Lincoln cents in 95% copper. Rising copper prices meant that the metal inside each coin was worth almost as much as the face value, which made production too expensive. In mid-1982, the mint made a major switch, moving to a copper-plated zinc planchet. That transition was smooth on paper, but in practice it created several fascinating anomalies. Some 1982 cents were still made of copper, some of zinc, and in 1983 the new composition was in full force, but with its own surprises. The Denver Mint, marked with the small d below the date, produced hundreds of millions of these 1983 D coins. Most of them are common pocket change, but collectors discovered a special twist. A small number were accidentally struck on the heavier copper planchets left over from 1982. Those off-metal strikes weigh about 3.1 grams instead of the normal 2.5 grams of the zinc version. Because the copper pieces were never intended for 1983 production, their survival is extremely rare. When one turns up in pristine condition, bidding wars break out. Another factor that excites collectors is the double die variety. Some 1983 cents show dramatic doubling of the word liberty or the motto "In God We Trust." Strong, clear doubling can make a penny worth far more than its face value, and examples from Denver are especially prized. Let's talk about value. An ordinary circulated 1983 D zinc cent is worth just a cent. But if you find a 1983 D struck on a copper planchet and it grades high, say, mint state 65 or better, auction prices can climb into the thousands of dollars. Verified sales have ranged from a few $100s for lightly circulated examples to several $1,000s for those brilliant red uncirculated specimens. A dramatic double die piece can also bring hundreds of dollars depending on condition and demand. As of today, the collector market remains strong. High-grade copper planchet 1983 D cents routinely command four-figure prices at major auctions, and certified double die varieties often reach the high hundreds. Dealers and collectors track these coins closely, and demand continues to rise because new collectors enter the hobby every year. If you have a jar of pennies at home, here's how you can start searching. First, use a sensitive digital scale accurate to at least 1/10 of a gram. Separate all 1983 D pennies. Any coin weighing around 3.1 grams is a potential copper treasure and should be authenticated by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. For double dies, use a magnifying loupe to check for clear doubling on Liberty or In God We Trust. Lighting matters. Tilt the coin slightly to catch the details. It's important to remember that condition is everything. A well-worn coin with scratches will sell for much less than a shiny, mint-state example. If you find one that looks promising, handle it by the edges and avoid touching the surface with bare fingers. The thrill of the hunt is what makes this hobby so exciting. Imagine turning a simple penny into a valuable collector piece just by taking a closer look. Every time you pick up a 1983 D Lincoln cent, you might be holding a small piece of American minting history, and possibly a tiny fortune. That wraps up today's deep dive into the 1983 D Liberty 1-cent coin. If you enjoyed this journey into rare coins and hidden value, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Rare US Coins, and hit the bell so you never miss our next treasure hunting adventure. Share your finds in the comments and tell us if you've ever discovered a valuable variety in your pocket change. Thanks for watching Rare US Coins. Today we dive deep into one of the most intriguing coins in American numismatic history, the Liberty 1 cent, with a special focus on the 1984 issue and its fascinating journey through time, value, and collector demand. Let us start by stepping back in time to understand where the Liberty cent truly began. The very first 1-cent coins of the United States were struck in 1793, featuring the iconic Liberty design. Over the decades this design evolved through the flowing hair large cent, the draped bust, the classic head, the coronet head, and the braided hair, each reflecting the artistry and ideals of its era. These early copper cents were larger and heavier than the modern penny, and they captured the spirit of a young nation forging its identity. Fast forward to the 20th century and the Lincoln cent replaced the earlier Liberty designs in 1909, yet collectors still refer to any cent that proudly bears the figure of Liberty as part of the Grand Liberty cent tradition. By the time 1984 rolled around, the Lincoln Memorial cent was the standard, composed mainly of copper-plated zinc with a weight of just 2.5 grams. But within that seemingly ordinary year hides a world of intrigue for collectors. The 1984 Lincoln cent has a reputation for fascinating varieties and a market that surprises even seasoned collectors. While millions were minted for everyday circulation, sharp-eyed experts hunt for coins in pristine condition or with rare minting errors. Among the most famous is the 1984 doubled ear variety, where a dramatic doubling on Lincoln's ear makes the coin a standout rarity. High-grade examples of this variety have sold for thousands of dollars at reputable auctions, proving that even a single cent can be worth a small fortune when rarity and demand align. Now let's talk about the current market value and why you are here today. For an average 1984 Lincoln cent that has been spent and shows normal wear, the value hovers around its face value of 1 cent to perhaps a few cents if it has full red color and minimal marks. But the story changes dramatically with uncirculated or certified mint state pieces. A stunning mint state red 1984 cent graded MS 67 or higher can command hundreds of dollars. Rare doubled ear specimens in superb condition have reached impressive five-figure prices when fierce bidding erupts among collectors. Recently, some sales reports and private deals have highlighted astonishing numbers, with top examples inspiring valuations well above typical price guides. Enthusiasts speak of certain flawless pieces attracting offers in the high thousands, and the excitement around key varieties continues to drive the market upward. Some collectors even reference market chatter of extraordinary valuations that capture headlines, fueling the dream of finding a jackpot coin in a simple pocket change search. To give you a clear snapshot, the market for 1984 Lincoln cents is active. Common uncirculated coins in bright red condition often trade between a few dollars and several dozen depending on the grade. The famous doubled ear variety in premium grade can soar into the thousands. Ultra-rare perfect-grade coins certified by top grading services have the potential to achieve record prices when the right collectors compete at auction. So how can you tell if your coin is special? Start with careful inspection. Good lighting and a magnifier are your best friends. Look closely at Lincoln's ear for that distinct doubling, examine the fields for any unusual die cracks, and check the luster and surface quality. If your coin looks exceptional, consider having it authenticated and graded by a respected third-party grading service such as PCGS or NGC. Proper certification can transform a simple penny into a serious investment piece, because buyers trust professionally graded coins. Collecting coins like the Liberty 1 cent and the 1984 Lincoln cent is more than chasing profits. It is about preserving history in the palm of your hand. Each coin is a tiny time capsule, a witness to decades of American life. Whether you collect for passion, for profit, or for the sheer joy of discovery, these cents offer a window into artistry, economics, and culture that few other hobbies can match. If you are inspired to start or grow your collection, remember a few key tips. Handle coins by the edges to protect their surfaces. Store them in acid-free holders or capsules to avoid damage. Study the market trends, but buy what you love because true enjoyment comes from the story each coin tells. The Liberty 1 cent legacy and the remarkable 1984 issue remind us that great value can come in the smallest package. From a humble penny to a five-figure treasure, these coins prove that history, rarity, and condition all play a role in determining worth. Thank you for joining Rare US Coins. Today we're uncovering a fascinating story behind a simple Lincoln cent that might be sitting in your change jar right now. We're talking about the 1993 Liberty 1 cent coin, a penny that can be worth far more than a single cent. Some rare examples of this coin have stunned collectors with values approaching hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we're diving into exactly why. A quick historical snapshot: the Lincoln cent has been a part of American life since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the decades, small changes to the design, metal composition, and minting process have created certain key dates and varieties that collectors hunt relentlessly. The D mint mark on the 1993 coin tells us it was struck at the Denver Mint. That year, the U.S. Mint produced more than 6.4 billion pennies, so at first glance it seems like this coin would never be rare. But history often hides surprises. Most 1993 D cents are common, but a combination of factors can make some examples extremely valuable. Flawless condition: coins graded MS 67 or higher, meaning they remain in near-perfect, uncirculated state, are scarce. Minting errors, striking errors, strikes, double dies, or dramatic die breaks can send the value skyrocketing. Full red color: copper coins naturally tone and darken over time. Pieces retaining full, brilliant red luster are far more desirable. notable auction records. High-grade examples of the 1993 D have shocked auction houses. A pristine, mint state, full red specimen once fetched more than $10,000. Exceptional errors can go far higher, sometimes well into the six-figure range when rarity and condition combine. While you may see rumors of sky-high values like $779,343, those reflect the extreme upper edge for a spectacular coin, not the everyday find. Current market snapshot for collectors today: the typical 1993 D penny in circulated condition trades for just a few cents. But here's the exciting part: certified mint state coins graded MS-67 red can bring several $100s, and MS-68 or better can reach thousands. Special error coins remain the true jackpots, with prices negotiated individually between serious collectors and auction houses. Examine the mint mark, look for the D just below the date, check condition, avoid cleaning the coin. A natural, unpolished surface is crucial for top grades. Spot errors: use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to find doubling in lettering, off-center strikes, or unusual die cracks. Get professional grading. Services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and grade your coin, which is essential if you suspect a high-value example. Store coins in a dry, temperature-controlled space in acid-free holders or flips. Keep detailed records of where and when you acquired each coin. Follow reputable auction results to track the market. The 1993 D Liberty 1-cent coin proves that even the most ordinary pocket change can hold extraordinary stories and unexpected value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about the change in your wallet, keep your eyes open. You might be holding a miniature fortune without even knowing it. Thanks for joining me on Rare US Coins. Today we are diving deep into a coin that continues to fascinate collectors and investors alike: the Liberty 1 cent. We will explore its remarkable history, the special 2013 D issue, and why certain examples can reach a staggering market value of $779,342. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video you will know how to identify valuable pieces, how to protect them, and how the current market trends can work in your favor. The Liberty 1 cent coin has a rich backstory stretching back more than 2 centuries. The very first large cents featuring Lady Liberty were introduced in 1793. Over time the design changed from the chain cent to the wreath cent and later the iconic coronet and matron head designs. Each redesign reflected the artistic styles and political ideals of the era, making these coins miniature time capsules of American history. Collectors cherish them not only for their copper composition but also for the story they tell about the young United States. As years passed, the 1 cent coin evolved into the Lincoln cent we know today. Yet the spirit of liberty lives on in special issues and commemorative releases. Among these, the 2013 Denver Mint or 2013 D cent has become a standout. At first glance it might look like any regular penny, but certain conditions, minting errors, and pristine grades have pushed select examples into the realm of serious investment. So why are collectors and investors talking about the 2013 D? First, it was struck during a period when the United States Mint was experimenting with new zinc and copper coatings, leading to subtle variations in surface and color. Second, a handful of these coins left the mint with extraordinary sharpness, nearly perfect strikes, or extremely rare die errors like double dies or off-center strikes. When these exceptional coins are certified by top grading services in Mint State 70, they command sky-high premiums at auction. Right now, the market has recorded sales soaring as high as $779,342 for the most flawless and rare error examples. Average uncirculated coins might trade for a few dollars, while high-grade specimens can quickly climb into hundreds or even thousands. If you are holding a 2013 D Liberty cent, carefully check for brilliant luster, full details on Lincoln's portrait, and any unusual features like doubling or dramatic die cracks. Even a small imperfection can mean the difference between pocket change and life-changing money. To find these gems, examine the coin under magnification with proper lighting. Look closely at the date, the word Liberty, and the motto "In God We Trust" for any doubled lettering. Check the edges for off-center strikes or clipped planchets. The brighter the surface and the sharper the details, the better your chances of owning a top-tier collectible. Always handle coins by the edges and wear cotton gloves to prevent oils or scratches. If you discover a coin that appears special, have it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A certified slab not only protects the coin but also gives buyers confidence, which directly boosts resale value. Store your coins in a dry, climate-controlled space away from humidity and direct sunlight. Over time, careful storage can mean the difference between a dull brown piece and a gleaming red gem. The Liberty 1 cent is more than just a penny. It represents the ingenuity of early American coinage, the artistry of engravers, and the enduring appeal of copper in a digital world. Collecting these coins connects us to generations past and opens doors to an exciting marketplace that rewards knowledge and patience. Whether you are a casual collector searching through pocket change or a seasoned investor looking for the next breakout coin, the Liberty 1 cent and the extraordinary 2013 D issue deserve a place on your radar. With values reaching well into the hundreds of thousands of dollars for the rarest examples, this humble cent proves that history, rarity, and condition can transform ordinary copper into extraordinary wealth. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins.